what's up? It's your girl Camry, and I'm back with another video. This is Married to Medicine LA season number 2, episode number 8. Okay, so if you're new here, you already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe down below and like this video, share this video with all your friends, and hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I post new videos. I mean, I'm gonna post it and I'm gonna post it on the community page, so y'all just know, like, every time you go know I posted something. But you know, just in case y'all want to do that, and comment down below what you thought about this week's episode. Now, I will say that I was not live tweeting with this show last night because the BET Awards was on, so I had no clue that it even came on until I checked my DVR and saw that it was on. So consider me irresponsible, okay? But anyway, we're diving into it. So Imani, we tap back into the girls at Imani's house. This is very centered on Imani's divorce, which I am very shocked, because for her to be so reserved, the show, her storyline is carrying the show for like a lot of the rest of the season, seemingly. So you know, she's talking to the girls, and the girls literally, authentically, sincerely seem shocked and hurt for her. Even Jasmine looked like just confused and like overtaken with emotion. They were really shattered to hear that Imani's getting this divorce, right? And that they're separated. And I think it's more because she's the strong friend, the together friend, probably the oldest in the group, and the one who is the psychiatrist. So they probably were just like genuinely shocked that like their strong friend, this strong tower, literally tower, right, is the one that is falling apart. And you know, I thought it was interesting to see grown women say this, because I always feel awkwardly guilty. But you know, when something's happening with your friends and they're, you know, that couple, that relationship, you always point back to yours to make sure like y'all aren't headed back to that same road. Make sure you like adjust yourselves. And you know, Mac mentions later on that we superimpose, you know, problems from other relationships into our own. Women do that, and although I was annoyed by it, he kind of is right. I mean, we do that, and sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, right? So y'all, I don't know if it's my nose ring, I don't know if it's allergies, but my face just feels like there's something on it still. Okay, so I was shocked to see the girls being so supportive. And not the girls, I think I was just shocked to see Shanique and Jasmine, like, and really Shanique, like, she was right there in her face, you know, right there with her. Kendra asked her, you know, she seemed really concerned, and I was really starting to like, I'm really starting to like Kendra a whole lot more too as well. It's just that first episode, she really threw me off. But it was those Atlanta girls. The Atlanta girls in that mix, you know, they so Hollywood. Ironically, they're not even in Hollywood, but they so Hollywood that mixing them with, you know, these Cali girls, I just don't be feeling it. But I actually do enjoy this group over that group. I hate to say it, and I know that group, they're the veterans, but this group talks so much about medicine and so much about marriage, and you know, just like all the things that come with all of that. And it's not so much of all this drama between all of the girls. They have enough of all that to keep the storylines full, right? So I like that part. Okay, so you know, all the couples that go back and they're talking about, you know, Phil and Imani. You see Kendra and Hobart, and they're saying like this is gonna bring them closer. You see Shanique and Robert, they're talking about it, and you know, they're talking about Idris and where's he gonna go, how's he gonna feel, because although this is his stepdad, this is the only dad he's known. So there's that conversation. And then we land on Britton and Mac. Britton is packing, and this is when they talk about, you know, the superimposing, and that's where we get that talk, right? So Imani's packing, and Shanique is reminding me of like that annoying friend that's just like, well, are you okay? Like that helicopter mom, like, are you okay? Do you need anything? And it's like, honey, your son is 45, like, calm down. But You need friends like that, because if she doesn't pester like that, Imani won't admit that she has needs, right? So she's doing that. So the ladies, Imani has decided, let's go to Palm Springs. Let's do a girls trip. And I was like, oh, okay, girls trip on Married to Medicine. It is right up the road. It's not like out of the country, but you know, they're going somewhere, all the girls of the cast. So I'm like, okay, we're moving on up. Now I want y'all to notice that although the girls, who are all wives, had an idea of like bringing Imani this singledom, kind of like bachelorette party mindset they're in, Imani's in more like a cleanse, lay by the pool, have good food type of vibe. And they're like drink, 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 twerk, 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 no babies, no this, no that, like let's turn up. So Imani drives and they ride in the party bus. This is already letting me know the two vibes are going to be off, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, so the girls are on this party bus and Britton got them some treats, some edibles, and they start tripping. The eyes are low, they eating edibles and drinking. They twerking on this moving party bus. It's already not that big. Girl, what else? Britton is paranoid. Leah is goofy and laughing, doing all kind of stuff. Jasmine is like, what's up? Like trying to buck at her, and Britton's kind of looking, you know, squinting at her, like kind of looking serious. I was like, y'all, they're gonna need security on this little party bus, and Kendra is not equipped. I was wondering, Kendra was probably the only sober one because she had to pump, but then I'm wondering, was she sober? So I don't know. But they finally make it to Palm Springs. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, I really like Kendra's sunglasses. Shanique threw me off with these really nude pants. I thought she was naked. I like Leah with this full hair and this bang, because she has like, it's not a weird shaped head. It's kind of a weird, like as far as her hair and like her hairline, maybe her forehead's just big, I don't know. So I really like the bang and like the really fullness of the hair. I liked that. Okay, so yes, they make it to Palm Springs. They're looking at this. The house is beautiful. Okay, Imani picked out a great house. She's asking the tour guide, or the guy, the owner of the house, about a bidet, and I was like, Imani, you got a bidet at your house? I had to look up the spelling for bidet because I was tweeting it, but I didn't realize you could get your own little attachment for your own toilet. I thought you had to get like the full throne thing like overseas. So I don't know, y'all, I might be looking into getting a bidet because I kind of like the idea. I don't know. But anyway, she's asking about that. She's getting the tour. So when the ladies get there, she's saying she has not picked rooms for anyone. Everybody can pick their own room. So they do the run thing, you know, that we see on Real Housewives. You know, there's always some shady room with bunk beds. There was a room with 2 beds in it, but it wasn't nothing too bad. Leah gets a room to herself. Imani, of course, gets the king. Jasmine and Shanique together, and Kendra and Britton together. Okay, so once they're all settled, you know, we get this cowboy black chef in there, and he's cooking. He's got like a 3-course meal that he's preparing, and I'm looking at Jasmine like, are you gonna be able to eat today, girl? But he's preparing that, and the shaman, or the Charmin, like Shanique said, shows up because he is about to do this healing thing for Dr. Imani. Now, y'all know that Britton did not have a good run-in with the lady from last season, y'all. She seemed like she had it out for Britton. Like, you know those people who treat people who are mixed or light-skinned, or white people who talk black. You know, there's people that treat them a type of way. She kind of was giving me that vibe, like, because she didn't know Britton. So it kind of seemed like she was kind of hating on her a little bit. Like, I didn't understand where all that extra was coming from. But anyway, so we get a flashback of that. The shaman does like this, you know, this this practice, or this like ceremony type thing over Imani, who's really into it. And Dr. Britton, you know, she thinks it's all hocus pocus. Kendra thinks it's hocus pocus, but she feels like whatever Imani gotta do. But you know, the ladies at least stayed quiet and were respectful. Shanique was like, I'll be the assistant. Y'all know Shanique is very sexual, okay? I was like, she need to be near her husband at all times, because she doing a lot with the eyes and the edibles and the drinks and the, you know, the lingerie they had on. I was like, girl, somebody get her and put her in a box until y'all leave. Like, it's a whole lot. But so he did the whole performance, he blowing on her. I'm just like, are they out of work right now because of corona? Because I know y'all can't be blowing on people right now. But Imani felt a lot lighter. She felt like cleansed and anew, and that's what we're hoping for. So we move on into dinner, and dinner looked bomb. They had like a chocolate cake, they had a main course, they had an apple walnut salad. Jasmine looked like she ate enough. She ate more than, you know. Kendra looked annoyed. But they move into these gifts, and so I guess it was close to Christmas time, and they decided to exchange gifts, and each lady like picked out an activity. So Shanique's thing was strippers, but Jasmine's thing was, you know, a catwalk in these, you know, sexy type lingerie and like exchange gifts, like Secret Santa type thing. Now first, like, the gifts were pretty sensible. Like, Shanique got some toys for Imani. I don't remember what Britton and Kendra got. I don't know, but everything pretty much seems sensible until you get to Leah and Imani's gifts for Jasmine and Shanique. They were very shady gifts. Imani got Shanique this like air horn type of thing, and I was like, how are you gonna... She was saying that she's like an air horn, and I'm like... So Shanique was a good sport about it, but I'm like, this trip is for you. And I think maybe we just don't get her humor, and, you know, maybe it's kind of that part. But I would have been offended. Like, I came on this trip, I was there for you, I was all in your face consoling you, I've been calling you every minute, and, you know, you kind of insulted me with this. Well, you are insulting me with this gift. And, you know, Jasmine kind of had to remind her. So Jasmine gets Leah, she re-gifts her this candle or something, you know, shady. And Leah gets Jasmine, dang, why can't I remember what she got her? Bruh, she got her something that was just like, okay. Oh, it was like an Inglewood like starter pack. Like, she went to swap meet and got her a shirt made but it was because she said, Jasmine said that she ain't had no street cred. So, you know, see, everything was laced in shade, and I was just like, okay, I guess we gotta keep it going, I guess. All right, so ladies come out in their lingerie. Jasmine makes this sly comment about an old lady towards Imani who's 44, who's definitely not old. But I'm just like, how old is Jasmine? Maybe my age, 30, between 30 and 35. Like, girl, you're gonna get there, God willing, so calm down. Okay, let's see. Oh, let me not skip this conversation at dinner. So Jasmine, no. We get into this conversation. Everybody's trying to see how Phil and Imani got to the place that they're at. Because, you know, when you're in a relationship yourself, you want to do all that you can to keep it from getting to that point. And if it does get to that point, you want to be able to catch it right away so that you can fix it, right? And so, girl. So Britton mentions that, you know, if it came down to it, she would choose her child over her husband. And, you know, she loves her husband to death, but, you know, that relationship between her and her children is unconditional love. And so they get into this debate about, don't you, it's like a different type of love. You know, you get a love from your husband, but you get a love from your son. And Britton was arguing down like, nah. Like, if it come down to it, it's my kids over everything. And the thing about Britton is she has things that she feels strongly about that she is not bending, molding, and she's not asking advice over. I kind of appreciate that. But then it's kind of like, until Mac mentions it as a problem, I don't think she's going to adjust how she approaches that whole thing. If Mac don't say it's a problem, then really what everybody else got to say don't matter. But I do think like Mac need to be in that bed. So I think that she did come around to seeing like, yeah, I need to do something about that because she wants to be married. But she didn't see no problem with what she said. And hopefully when Mac watched it back, he didn't have no problem because he knows that about his wife. I'm hoping. Okay, but it was interesting to see that conversation because Jasmine and Shanique were these doting wives, also the women who are not doctors, But they also do work. They're not housewives. But they were the two that were just like, you know, your husband, like he has these needs and you have to do for him, you have to do this. But you could tell that they are the submissive wife types. They're not the same types as maybe the other ladies at the table. So that was an interesting dynamic. Okay, so let me see. Oh, these strippers come in. This male stripper that was crumping and gyrating and vibrating. I was like, girl, Palm Springs ain't got no black strippers. Like, I was really shocked. But, you know, now that I think about it, no, not really. Not like that. So they had this breakfast the next morning. And Jasmine is cooking turkey bacon and everything. And Imani says she don't eat breakfast. You know, just a cool little exchange. Laughing and all type of stuff like that. But they get outside and they get into more relationship talk. Imani reveals that her and Phil have not been intimate for 5 years. And I was like, you know, all men are not the same. Maybe he is not the higher desire. Maybe Imani is the higher desire. But for her to be a psychiatrist, it just blows my mind that she did not demand therapy for them, you know, to figure out what is going on. Because I know there's a stigma with black men and black people and black couples about therapy, but you are a psychiatrist and he seems sensible enough. I don't know, y'all, but that was all for this week's episode. But yeah, we're getting into all of Imani's business, and I just hope she's ready for Black Twitter, because everybody is not shying away from giving their opinion, especially me. I'm Camaray. This is Camaray Music TV. Make sure you guys comment, subscribe, like, share, and follow me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.